everyone, my name is Nakato Shamira from Kashaka Girls Secondary School, and it is found in the western region of Uganda in Bara district. She is Natumanya Emily and she'll be doing the first speech. I'll be doing the third speech. She's Namakula Shanita, she'll be doing the second speech. And then lastly, we have Aheli Religia as our fourth speaker.
Hi everyone, my name is Death Dorine, student in Form 5 at Ntare School. I'm here with my friends Albert, Derek, and Joel. We are here at Nyanji for high school Crossfire.
So we seek and we expect to nail everything and know the grounds and make sure we're at the top. And we're here to make you proud and also entertain you, because debate is just beyond talking and also having fun. Thank you so much for your time.
We hope to learn more and get better at Crossfire, and we hope to win.
May the best team win.
House rules. Each speaker has 5 minutes. The first and last minutes are protected. The judge will ring a bell to signal the protected time. The bell will ring continuously after 5 minutes.
Well, panel, my name is Natumanya Emily. I'm the first farmer. Our day's resolution is capitalism is a deterrent to the fight against climate change. Panel, allow me first to break down the keywords in this resolution for our understanding. Capitalism is an economic system in which a country's businesses and industry are controlled and run for profit by private owners rather than the government, with limited government intervention. Deterrent is a thing that hinders progress. In other words, we can call it a hindrance, a barrier, an obstacle, a hurdle. Those are the synonyms of the word deterrent. And all those have been derived from the 10th edition of the Oxford Learners Dictionary. Climate change is the long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns, mainly caused by human activities. So dear judges, allow me break down this resolution for us to understand it very well. So in short, it is an economic system in which a country's businesses and industry are controlled and run for profit by private owners rather than the government. It's a barrier to the fight against the long-term shifts in climate and the long-term shifts in weather. My dear judges, we have set our parameters in Nigeria. And why Nigeria among all countries? This is because Nigeria has a high percent of capitalism. It has 50% capitalism, and also research has shown that it is the second most vulnerable country in Africa, which is being affected by climate change. And also allow me to inform the House that this is a value resolution. As per the status quo of Nigeria, the Constitution of Nigeria, according to 1999, according to section 43 and 44, show that every citizen of Nigeria shall have the right to acquire and own immovable property anywhere in Nigeria. So it means that there is significant changes, there is significant capitalism in Nigeria, my dear judges. So also allow me bring to you what you need to understand before we move on with our resolution. Keep it calm. Allow me bring you to what you need to understand. You must know what characterizes capitalism. This is where in capitalism there is private ownership of property, there is minimal government intervention, there is a lot of competition, and on top of all, there is a profit motive. In all whatever they are doing, it is a profit motive. And in any case, what has the government tried to put on that this capitalism has hindered? This is why the government in Nigeria is advocating for treatment of industrial wastes, but for the private companies, they're not doing it. This is where the government in Nigeria is advocating for planting of trees, for afforestation.
Point of information.
Keep it calm. But my dear judges, what has capitalism done to us? This is whereby the government in industries is trying to tell the individuals, let's treat our fumes from industries and keep our environment calm. But because the individuals, owners of those companies, for example, companies in Nigeria, we have the Total, we have Shell Energy Company in Nigeria. Nigeria, we have Chevron. These companies, they're just aiming at getting profit, and that is also, if you're telling them to conserve the environment, to treat the film, it means they are wasting more money. So that is what capitalism has, it is where capitalism is driving Nigeria to. That is why it has been receiving cases of increased temperatures, leading to drought in the northern part of Nigeria, because companies in Nigeria have failed to abide by the government laws. For them, they are only aiming at getting profit. They are on the profit motive. As the government is aiming at treating industrial films, for it it's just for advocating for profit. If at all anything concerning wasting their money, they don't go for that. My dear judges, come to understand this, that capitalism in Nigeria is actually dangerous. So please, panel, there will be elaborated more by the next speakers. I submit.
The panel of judges, my fellow negators, they are farmers of today, the August House at large, a good morning to you all. Brought to table today, we are talking about capitalism is deterrent in a fight against climate change. But I'll first of all go around the analogy that we are talking about today. Now, a person cannot think about buying a sacket of seeds of pine trees without them having a meal. Or a family can never think of using alternative sources of energy, and yet they haven't achieved a certain level of income. And neither can a company achieve a certain level of changing sources, renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy, with them also without them getting a certain source of without them achieving a certain amount of economy. So what do the farmers of today say? The farmers claim that that capitalism is something that is really going to hinder in a fight against climate change. Now, the keywords of today is one, capitalism. And capitalism is characterized by private ownership, competition, and profit maximization, and is basically an economic system in which countries trade and industries are controlled by private owners for profit. Deterrent is a thing that discourages or is intended to discourage something. A fight is a struggle to overcome or eliminate or prevent something. Climate change is a long-term shift in temperatures and weather patterns. Now, the farmers of today claim that capitalism is really going to play a role in hindering the fight against climate change. And to my surprise, they limit this resolution to Nigeria, and we as negators stand to rebut their parameters, because one, they claim that Nigeria is solely capitalistic, it is solely a capitalistic economy, and two, they claim that they want to narrow down this climate change to only Nigeria, yet this it is something that is really affecting the entire globe. So one thing that we want to say is that we are rebutting these parameters, and we want to bring in this to the scope of the entire world. Because one, Nigeria is not only capitalistic, but it is also a mixed state. So it is a mixed economy, and we say that what they are saying is totally wrong. And we want to talk about climate change, because climate change on the entire globe, because climate change is affecting every part or every piece of land on the globe. So basically, what we want to understand in tonight's debate is one, the effect of climate change in one world. We are looking at the effect of climate change, one world with capitalism and the other world without capitalism, but all are aiming to achieve a fight against climate change. We as team negators say that a world with capitalism is a world that is going to achieve that fight against climate change, and we really believe this, because capitalism fronts things like individualistic development, encourages competition, which in turn leads to development of cost-effective renewable resources, effective allocation of resources due to scarcity. Three, capitalism leads to a remarkable economic growth. So those are the arguments that are really going to show us the importance of capitalism. On the other hand, the negators really bring in things that are really not important. But then, now, what is really on ground is that the existing problem of climate change is more rampant in poor countries. But then, what we see on ground is on the other hand, what we see on ground is that the richest countries are the greenest countries. One being Denmark, two being Switzerland, UK, Luxembourg, among others. But then the negators their farmers want to bring in things that really are not of importance. That is why we team negators think that we are supposed to win this. So with that, I, as Namara Albert, the first negator, I rest my case, and I believe we believe that capitalism is not a deterrent in a fight against climate change.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.